do this? Even if we believe it, can we say it? Will it destroy our reputation? They said it. So it suggests that the fear is starting to dissipate. The fear of endorsing the alternative conspiracy theory. So journalists now may start to follow suit. Maybe some editors will have the courage to publish some things. Maybe some editors will lose their jobs for the sake of the good of the world. We can hope so. This shift in the status of the 9/11 Truth movement and its theory will be intensified, this cultural shift, as people become more aware of all these organizations that I have named, architects and engineers and scientists and intelligence officers and political leaders and religious leaders and on and on and on for 9/11 truth. As people realize that the evidence is overwhelmingly on our side, and the fact that these organizations of professionals and scientists have formed is proof for those who don't have time to study for themselves that the evidence is on our side. So I would say now that we should take it as given that the truth about 9/11 has been established beyond any reasonable doubt. The truth being simply that the official story is a lie. The details we can debate about what really happened. The only thing that is really important is the official story is false, therefore we need a new investigation, an independent investigation. So what we need to do now is focus our attention on getting this truth publicly recognized. And I would suggest there are at least two major ways to do this. One way is through the political route. So let's do everything we can to build up political leaders for 9/11 truth and intelligence officers for 9/11 truth. These organizations that will be persuasive to politicians that the truth is on our side and not on the other side. And bring pressure on the Obama administration to inaugurate a new investigation, or to have investigations by commissions in European countries, maybe Europe as a whole or in a collection of European countries. It won't help if it's done in an unfriendly country. The United States can dismiss it. But if it's done in Germany, in France, they cannot dismiss such a thing as done by people who are hostile, historically hostile to the United States. A second route would be the legal route. Any country that lost people in 9/11 can institute a suit to say, we don't believe the truth has been established as to why our citizens were killed. Any family that has lost loved ones in 9/11 can institute a suit. And now, because we have lawyers for 9/11 truth, there are lawyers you can find who would represent you. So everybody here knows a lawyer probably. Talk to your lawyer. Tell him about the evidence, him or her, and build up this organization. So we've only got, with lawyers and political leaders now, around 50 members in each organization. Architects and engineers is headed towards 1,000. We need to get up to several hundred in these. Also religious leaders for 9/11 truth. Most people know some religious leader who might be open to evidence. And this is the main reason, one of the main reasons I was interested in coming to Europe, is to spread the word about all of these new organizations and encourage people to either sign up or tell their friends, acquaintances about these organizations, to build those up. So it gives an answer to a question I'm always asked, well, what can I do as an ordinary citizen? You know, you, Dr. Griffin, you can write books, you can give lectures, but what can I do? Well, you know these people. You can help build up these organizations. So that's the thought I would lead you with. And the reason this is important is because we do need an investigation that will finally reveal, publicly reveal, the truth about 9/11 so that the policies that were based on the Bush-Cheney conspiracy theory about 9/11 can finally and completely be reversed. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. I think we can now open the debate. I can ask my friends to collect your questions. I already have some little questions here. Maybe I'll start with the most common one. What is your idea about the journalists and the news agencies being so silent about 9/11? Why is that so?
Well, we have a little problem in our world. It's called plutocracy. The rich control everything. They control the media. The rich are getting richer because of 9/11 and the so-called war on terror. They will not allow their reporters to report these things. If reporters report them or try to report them, they will lose their jobs. They know that. So we've got a very serious problem. So I'm not suggesting that getting the truth out is going to be easy. I'm just saying that it's more possible now than it was before, and because there is a possibility, and because getting the truth revealed is so important, so overwhelmingly important, for the reasons Annie listed earlier, we should try. The quotation I read from Sinclair Lewis, that applies preeminently to journalists. Journalists just can't understand what we're saying because they're paid not to understand it. I have some experience of people who no longer are employed and suddenly can see the truth. It's a serious problem. So you shouldn't be so hard on the journalists themselves. Many of them know. Even, I got a report the other day from somebody who had talked to members of Fox News. If you know, Fox News in the United States is the most right-wing TV network. And some of the Fox News reporters say, oh, we know, but our executives will not let us report these facts.
Okay, one more question. Who could head an investigation if so many states and institutions are kind of complicit in actually the policy of 9/11?
Yes, that's another serious problem, and we don't know which countries were complicit. We've got a pretty good idea with some of them that they at least knew in advance that the attacks were coming. But with other countries, we don't know. For example, I don't know about Germany, whether the German leaders knew in advance or not. The Canadian and others. Now, with regard to Japan, we have a very interesting situation because one of the two founders of political leaders for 9/11 Truth is Yukihisa Fujita. He is a senator. He's in the upper house in Japan. And he was exposed to 9/11 Truth by a citizen in Japan. She happened to be the citizen who had translated the new Pearl Harbor into Japanese.